Well, the translations are a bit irrational in my part, and what I mean by that is that I have no idea when the next chapter is gonna be revealed because, well, it always stranges. But this chapter of Fire Brigade of Flames, Fire Force chapter 556. Hi for those who are watching. It's the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer. I said last time that I may be starting to review this series if it keeps on being entertaining in my book. And yes, I have been stuck with it, despite the fact that some characters are very simple. But then again, I do like series where the characters is very simple, especially when it's supposed to be simple. Because nowadays people cannot create a long story, because after all, it's very difficult doing that. But that's not the point. What I'm point is saying, I'm telling you about the story, and also a little bit about one of my least favorite characters in the show, Arthur. In case you do not know, Arthur is, this may sound a little mean to say, but he is basically a dumb blonde. A male dumb blonde or something like that. An idiot hero with the name of idiot, yet at the same time, he's just that powerful. I think there was once a guy who wrote he's an idiot savant, although that is actually going a little bit step too far. So let's just say that Arthur is stupidly strong, and I think that's one of the reasons why people dropped the manga, because they considered, a guy who can, a guy real forget he actually was left-handed, or was it right-handed? I mean, now I'm forgetting. But I mean, what I mean to say, the guy forget the hand he will held his sword in, and that's the reason why he lost against an enemy. And this is in a previous chapter long ago. Either way, in this one, they see they're surrounded by the Third Brigade in disguise of the preacher's foes. And apparently Arthur left Excalibur at home. So Arthur instead says then to Vulcan, strangely enough, you need to make right equipment so I can use my ability. I can't do knightly things without looking like a knight. So I mean, once again, that guy really has a screw loose. One instance why I said he's a little bit of my least favorite characters is because he's just so out there. You know, this manga was previously created by Soul Eater character, and there were some who said that Arthur Boyle reminds a lot about Black Star. Black Star was overly arrogant and a little bit insufferable. Although Arthur cannot exactly be counted as overly arrogant, he is a little bit out there with reality. And unlike Maki, it's not pretty much for fun. So, but I'm not criticizing that too much. It can be fun. So either way, Vulcan is just very surprised with that. So he says that I am Arthur Boyle, the King of Knights. My strength grows the more knightly I become. So even though Vulcan thinks that's stupid, he then begins to tinker with the things and create something. Elsewhere, the two false preacher soldiers, one of them named Mirage, uh, will hold the formation, while the big one, who is the same one that talked back to Commander Obi in chapter 37, stand by. But then Arthur goes out, although he has never looked weirder than now. He is wielding a cape, he has a new sword, and Vulcan has strapped a donkey, although Arthur thinks it's a horse, head on his dick. Oh, that is almost too comical. Not really that funny, but it's just so... That just further shows just how crazy Arthur is. So yeah, Arthur begins to talk about this one, calls through the new Excalibur, which is even stronger than before. He has named his donkey head Silver, and with that actually delivers a very terrifying slash that actually disparts all the flame preachers, revealing that all of them, besides two of them that we've seen recently, were actually mirages. That's actually why one of the guys were mirages. I do not know how a fire power can do that, but maybe it's a play on, when you look very far away, the heat can make you see a mirage. So maybe it's that why a fire power can create a mirage like that. So yeah, Arthur creates much. The big guy, who is also revealed to be, I think, a third generation, summons a sledgehammer with a uh, with a chain, and he begins to fight Arthur. But Arthur dispatches them all, and strangely cuts down the big guy. And the reason why he is really this strong is for a very weird reason. When Knight becomes one with his horse, nothing can stop him. So yeah, I mean, I can agree why people complain a little bit about that. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. But that's one of the reasons why I like this manga. I hate logic. Logic is one of the flaws of humankind, and one of the reasons why we are all facing doomsday soon. But back on the manga, I mean, that can be both very awesome, very fun, and a little bit annoying at the same time. I mean, if you, in a bit, Arthur reminds you of that guy who thinks he's drunk and then can talk to a lady, only when he realizes he's not drunk, he cannot talk to the lady at all. So I think he's just that guy. Also, there's another thing I want to talk to you about in a previous chapter. As I said before, Arthur is an idiot, but sometimes he can display a little bit visuality that no one else can. And in one chapter, he could see through a disguise that a guy had disguised himself as a little girl when no one else could, and the disguise was practically perfect. So how did he see through it? Well, we actually do not know how he saw through it, but if I were to guess, I think Arthur is just too dumb to be fooled. So yeah, this chapter only plays a bit how extreme Arthur's obsession is, but it's clear that his obsession is the reason why his flame is strong. But we are not done in the session yet, as Shinra um, begins to seize the distraction and decides to head there. But before, he gets ambushed by Giovanni, who apparently have a prostheted arm, and he knocks Shinra out, or at least knocks him down, and then ensnares him and tries to hang him, while he's wondering what is Shinra Kusabe doing here. So yeah, that's basically this chapter. All in all, just entertaining or fights, or more like stupidity entertainment. Or Arthur displayed his comedic side once again, but at least that's a good sign that we can kick those arrogant third officers' asses. That's all good for me. But now Giovanni has captured Shinra and is trying to hang him. We all know that in last week Giovanni turned out to be a little bit more morally questionable guy. So what is he gonna do? Well, given to the title of next chapter, which is called Dilemma, I have a feeling it's not gonna be hope. So that's basically this chapter. What did you think about it? Was Arthur's obsession with knights cool, or was it just plain? Huh? Give me your thoughts.